All right, day 2, let's go. I was actually pretty excited to record this when I woke up today and when I was falling asleep yesterday. So I think that's a good sign. And yesterday's video did pretty well. It has 57 views right now. And it's not much, but if you think about it as like from the perspective of having 57 people in a room and having them watch the video, that would be pretty nerve-wracking, right? So I see this as a win. The views are probably gonna go down a little bit from now on, but it's okay, you know. I'm just gonna keep going, and yeah, the average watch time was 1 minute 40 seconds, which is not bad, but I gotta increase my engagement, I think, a little bit. I need to be more engaging, and so that's why I created bullet points and like kind of talking points, so that I have less pauses and less thinking time on camera. Yeah, so there's a lot of improvement that I need to undergo to kind of make this whole thing watchable. So first I need to improve my diction. Like I need to speak in a more coherent manner. I need to pronounce words better. So yeah, that's one point. I need to work on transitions. So yesterday's transitions were a mess. Like every time I think people thought that I'm just gonna finish the video, but I would just go to the next section. So that's a problem. I need to fix transitions. Yeah, so these are the biggest improvement points for now. As far as my plan for the day goes, I'm just gonna record this. I'm gonna do 90 minutes of deep work, working on my Telegram bot, and then I'm gonna be off to watch UFC and play some FIFA. So that should be fun. Yeah. And also I want to talk about that, you know, I'm a huge believer, I'm a huge fan of the concept of 10,000 iterations is way more impactful and way more like productive than 10,000 hours. So it's like I could have like recorded my first video and just spent hours and hours trying to perfect it, but you know, Sam Altman, the CEO of OpenAI, is very keen on, like, his biggest advice to entrepreneurs is to iterate as fast as possible. So like get that first iteration of the product that you're working on, or like in my case that would be a YouTube video or like my Telegram bot, and put it out there as fast as possible, and then get feedback, and then iterate and create a second version as fast as possible, and then you'll move faster than most of the entrepreneurs and companies out there. So yeah, I'm just gonna do that. I'm gonna upload as fast as possible. I'm gonna try to work on this bot and put a first version as fast as possible. So yeah, that's it. Yeah, so this whole thing kind of boils down to my philosophy, which is having deep productive work sessions, kind of being in the flow with deep work sessions, and then creating iterations out of these deep work sessions. So like making sure that these deep work sessions result in something tangible that I can put out. And yeah, that's it for the day. I'm gonna start working on a Telegram bot right now. Man, I just said that I need to work on these transitions, and the last thing I said in the previous section is that's it for the day. Like, come on now. But I don't want to re-record it because that was my first take, and I don't want to ruin the authenticity of the take, because if I do it the second time, it's going to be a little more forced. So yeah. Okay, so now I'm just going to work on Telegram bot, and I'm going to implement core functionalities as ChatGPT tells me to. So I'm going to create a system for collecting daily reflections, and these are going to be numerical inputs. So for example, a bot will ask you to rate your, let's say for now, productivity for the day on a scale of 1 to 5. And it's going to collect this numerical data, and it's going to use it for future analysis to help you be more productive. Of course, it's going to be more and more questions, and you will be able to select which questions it will ask you. Yeah, but for now it's going to be just one. I just want to test it. So yeah, cut to the result of my work for the day. Alright, it's 12 p.m. so it's been 90 minutes and I'm done working on the bot for the day. And the next version that I created in these 90 minutes is version 5. Now version 5, what it does is that it collects 4 pillars of productivity from you, ideally on a daily basis. So these 4 pillars are creation, ideation, consumption, and management. Because I feel like if I do these 4 things, if I create something new, if I come up with new ideas, if I consume some meaningful and new information, useful information, and if I manage this information well, then like I'm productive for the day. I'm good. I feel good. So that's why I'm gonna measure these 4 things for myself, and the bot will collect a rating on a scale of 1 to 10. So today I measured my creation as a 10 because I created this next version of the bot, and also I'm gonna upload a new video. So that's 10. Ideation 4. I didn't come up with a lot of new ideas today because it's still early in the day, and I didn't go for a walk yet, which is where all of my ideation happens usually. Consumption 2. I didn't really do anything. I didn't really consume any new meaningful information today apart from some news articles. So that doesn't really count. Management 5, because I set up a new camera, and also I'm gonna try new editing. I'm gonna edit my video on the PC, on my laptop, instead of editing on the phone. I think that's gonna be better. So yeah, it's 5. And what else? Also bot can spit out the history of your rating. So if I say history, it spits out that for the day my 4 ratings were as follows. And I think that's great. That's a good start, and in the future I would be able to have a detailed history of my ratings, and I will have visualizations that will show me like where am I lacking, where I need to improve. So yeah, that's gonna be a good feedback system for me. Yeah, so that's it. The next section of the video is final thoughts for the day. Okay, I found a really nice spot outside, and yeah, I just want to talk more about these 4 categories that I'm measuring in my bot: creation, ideation, management, and consumption. So I didn't come up with these, but I've been using them for the last 6 months, and I found them when I was like scrolling through LinkedIn, and then I found a post by Sahil Bloom, and he was talking about how he was using these 4 categories to time block his days, and it really stuck with me. And also overall, Sahil is like someone that I like consistently learn from. He's a really inspiring guy, and I actually met him when he was here in Vancouver last fall for an event, and you can check my Insta stories, Insta highlights for more details on how I actually met him. It's an interesting story. And yeah, I think these 4 categories, if you measure productivity in terms of, you know, how mentally fulfilled you are, or how mentally engaged you are in your everyday life, I think these 4 categories do a really good job. So consumption is something that stands for, you know, consuming new information that contributes to your personal development or contributes to you know, your fields of interest. So like if you're interested in, you know, chess, then it means like listening to chess lectures or something, like chess podcast or something. If you're interested in traveling, then it's consuming, you know, travel tips or like travel blogs or vlogs or something like that. So it's basically just feeding your mind with new information to expand your horizons. So that's consumption. So that's why it's really important. Ideation is basically coming up with new ideas on how to integrate parts of what you consumed into your everyday life, or just coming up with something entirely unique. It's basically ideas on how to implement. Actually, I don't feel like it really needs explaining. Like, ideation is just coming up with ideas, new creative ideas for your life. So that, I think that's really important as well. And management and something is piecing, like organizing your life together, like piecing it together, making sure that information flows, that you have a note-taking system, that you have, you know, a place to dump your thoughts, or that making sure that you know what to do tomorrow. So for me, management is always about like reflecting on my day and planning my next day. So these are my like two key management activities. And creation, I think, is the most important of them all, because I feel like creation is kind of the most fulfilling mental activity that you can do. And again, if we're tracking productivity by like measuring how mentally productive, but mentally fulfilled, mentally engaged we are, then I think creation is the best thing that you can do to feel productive. And yeah, just it could be anything. It could be writing, it could be coding, and it could be I don't know, filming videos, but it's something that it has to be something, I think, of your own to be fully engaging. So like it has to be your own project. So yeah, that's kind of my final thoughts for the day, and I'm off to watch UFC. See you tomorrow.